beautiful day in paradise, ain't it? Picture on the front, that's Nicole Vertner. We're also going to play something for you so that you understand how fucking illegal what the cops and Nicole are doing. We're going to play something from an officer in Pennsylvania. Well, y'all accuse me of doing a lot of shit that I didn't fucking do. There are actual officers who have done those things. Well, you assholes wanted to pretend that I went from one end of the country to the other to stalk some poor girl and threaten her family. There's an officer who traveled from Chesapeake, Virginia, all the way to California to murder the parents of a 14-year-old girl. Huh. God damn. Let's see if we're smart enough to get this son of a bitch running. Yeah! Woo! All right. We're doing good. We got it started. Now, we've been playing a lot of stuff from predators that I've had to deal with, including the youth in this town, including the police in this town. What happens when you stand up to the KKK? Well, you get to deal with this shit all goddamn day. On the bright side, at least I have the balls to stand up to these pieces of shit. On the not so bright side, I live in a country full of cowards, bullies, and asswipes. People who will pretend like they might gonna do their fucking jobs, but they're not gonna. Nicole Vertner is not going to do her fucking job as a mandated reporter. What's she gonna do? Make excuses. Like she doesn't know what she's supposed to fucking do in this situation. She knows exactly what to do. She's a fucking hospital worker. She's not just one of the business administrators. She also worked in the hospital as a hospital worker. She worked in the same fucking department my Uncle Mark worked in, radiology. See, she doesn't just have the education as a business person. She also has the education as a hospital worker. She has the education as a mandated reporter. She knows what she is doing is wrong. She also didn't keep her word. Although I did go to the places that she told me to go. Not that she fucking listened, because I did tell her that I've already been to those places before, and they're not going to do their fucking jobs. They're committing felonies. Meanwhile, Nicole Vertner herself committed felonies. Now, she's intentionally misleading the situation and trying to draw it out as much as possible, up to and including pawn me off on drug addicts for help. That's right, Nicole Vertner pawned me off on Brian. I already knew that Brian was not going to come through, but Nicole Vertner should not have pawned me off on drug addicts. It's her job as a mandated reporter to do this, not Brian's. Now, the gentleman who was arrested, I gotta go talk to him at some point today, get some information from him. We'll do that a little bit later on. See, we've got officers running around spreading slander that gets people killed intentionally. And then we got people like Nicole Vertner wants to play stupid. Well, that ain't a happening thing. I'm not some podunk dipshit who's just gonna fall for every goddamn thing you say. Nicole Vertner is a mandated reporter, whether she's on duty or not. Did you know that? Did you know that when an at-risk adult makes an accusation of abuse, that they have to investigate it? Meanwhile, they've refused to do so. It takes somebody like Nicole Vertner to get this shit started. Or a friend or family member who actually gives a shit. If you have to fucking beg them to give a shit, they don't give a shit. So later on, after they've shown you they don't give a shit, they don't get to throw it in your face. They don't get to throw a goddamn thing in your face. And when they try, they're showing themselves to be predators. Nicole Vertner, on at least 3 separate occasions, wanted to pawn me off on drug addicts. She also wanted to make claims that she was going to do things that she did not follow through with. She also didn't show up. That's always lovely. Just like every other dipshit in this town, she wants to play fucking retarded. Now, obviously, she's got a business degree, so she's not mentally fucking retarded. She knows what she's doing wrong, she knows what she's doing illegal, and she's choosing to do so anyway. Each and every one of these places pawn me off on others without making any effort whatsoever to do their jobs. And that's the problem with Nicole Vertner. She's full of shit. I don't like being bullshit. I don't like being fucking lied to. I don't like being taken advantage of. And this shit is not okay. As far as being safe, I'm not safe. It's not safe for me to turn a goddamn thing in. So we're going to break this down for you. We're going to show you what conflict of interest does and how police officers nationwide use the quote-unquote mentally ill tag to victimize their victims. They use it as a tool to harm innocent people. And then, of course, they abuse their position of power. Nicole Vertner is no different. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking cold. Still don't have a better jacket. Still haven't been able to go up and get my blankets. I got a little over half a tank. Like I said, it fucking burns up the gasoline. It's 26th. I gotta pay a bill by the 28th. Fuck the goddamn police, and fuck all of you too for taking part in this. Every goddamn one of you watching my channel. Right here. Pennsylvania cop arrested for improperly committing ex-girlfriend to mental facility. Let's play this.
I don't need help. You need to get away from you. You're insane.
He's restraining
You're
her.
absolutely insane. Insane. Like, and then you hate me for what you're saying.
He's married. It says in the clip, the married state trooper is seen detaining his ex-girlfriend before committing her to a mental facility over purported texts threatening suicide. That's right, they use this suicide thing to harm their victims over and over and over again. Every officer in the fucking country does this. There is not one single officer who will not do this to a homeless person. What the fuck is going on with my goddamn phone? Stop!
I can't. Why are you treating me like I'm a criminal?
Ronald Davis, 37, was arrested. The victim, identified as MF, was involuntarily committed for 5 days, during which she did not display suicidal thoughts, according to medical personnel. Now here's the thing. Depends on where you go. You end up in a place like Clearview, they don't give a fuck. They'll give the officer whatever the fuck they want, just like Nicole Vertner's bitch ass here. So what I have to do is call in Nicole Vertner. Having suicidal thoughts, that's right. Suicidal thoughts over abuse. They won't listen to the goddamn abuse. So let's call up the hospital and complain about Nicole Vertner. The thing is that it's a conflict of interest. So that guy was wanting to use his position of power to punish his victim. Just like the police have done here. They also use the medical. That's right. He used hospitals to have his victim harmed. Tillamook Adventist Hospital.
Please know that your call may be recorded for quality control.
Oh, it's being recorded.
If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. You may press 0 or hold on the line, and our operator will be happy to assist you. Thank you for calling Adventist Health Tillamook. We'll be right back to assist you. Adventist Health Tillamook, this is Amy.
Hello, Amy. My name is Sean Schwartz, and I have to try to turn in a bunch of crimes committed by some of your staff on multiple occasions as well as multiple locations.
Okay. Did you need to speak with, like, quality, the complaint department, or what can I do for you?
Your complaint department is a joke. They don't take complaints. They bully us. That's not okay. They play stupid and send us around in circles, and that's also not okay. And that's just a small part of the things that I need to turn in that have resulted in me being physically harmed repeatedly in this town, as well as having my vehicle vandalized and being improperly arrested by police.
Okay, what is your name?
Sean Schwartz, SHAWNSCHWARTZ.
So what is it that I can do for you?
Well, ma'am, I need to turn in your staff members for violations of not just the HEPA laws, but also, well, there's several different acts that I've been reading up on that are pretty important to mention as well. When I go to turn in a crime committed against me, the cops and hospitals don't get to back and forth over whether or not I'm mentally ill. I have actual diagnoses, and the way that it's been used has been horrible. I mean, this literally is what puts people to the point that they commit suicide. When I went to Nicole Vertner on more than one occasion, she wanted to send me around in circles, also to pawn me off on a known drug addict, a man that she knows to be a drug addict, and tell me that he'll help me. Well, he's not a mandated reporter, and she is. When I told her about the crimes committed against me, the law requires her to turn it in right away, and she didn't turn it in. I've been in this town for over a year now, being abused by law enforcement and being sent around in expensive circles that cost me every penny that I have, only for every place that I'm sent to play victim or cry wolf. Now, I record everything, and of course, I get treated like I'm some sort of a horrible person. The very beginning of your answering machine itself says that this call may be recorded for quality assurance. Well, I record everything. So it absolutely is being recorded for quality assurance.
Okay, so do you want me to put you up to administration? Is that who you would like to speak to?
Sure.
Okay, I can do that for you. One moment here. Let me find that number. Just 1 second. And she probably is not in yet because it's not 8 a.m. So you may have to leave a voicemail.
All right. Who is it you're sending me to?
I'm going to send you up to administration.
Well, you said she, so there's a specific name.
Oh.
Is there somebody specific?
Well, there's several of the ladies that work up there. So I will put you through to Abby's extension, and we'll go from there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for calling Adventist Health Tillamook. We'll be right back to assist you. Did you know we offer a variety of special services? We have top specialists in audiology, cardiology, oncology, ear, nose, and throat, orthopedics, podiatry, urology, and general surgery, providing you with quality care, utilizing the latest technology. No need to leave your community. You'll find many of the same high-quality specialty services conveniently located here at Adventist Health Tillamook. From Manzanita to Lincoln City, we serve 7... Hi, this is Abby. How may I help you?
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz, and I've been a victim of abuse at your hospital as well as by hospital workers outside of the work environment.
Okay, so I work for the patient advocate, so I'm just going to get a couple brief details, and then I will have somebody contact you. Now, is it SHAWN?
Yes, ma'am. Also, I wanted to say that I've made this call before, and I've been told that someone is going to get back in contact with me. I have a lot of people who threaten to kill me over the internet as well as over the phone. So many of the calls that I get are from restricted numbers. It makes it difficult to tell whether or not it's someone threatening to kill me and my little sister and my niece, or whether or not it's some professional agency when everyone calls from restricted numbers.
Okay, I don't believe our number is restricted when we call.
All right.
Okay.
I don't.
Can you spell your last name for me?
SCHWARTZ.
And may I have your date of birth?
October.
You're going to need to look it up.
Yes, ma'am. October 18th, 1980.
1980. And what's a good contact phone number?
I'm actually looking for the piece of paper that I have that written down on. Give me just a second. I live in my car. I have a lot of
Okay.
physical disabilities that prevent me from being able to do much for myself, so I basically just live in a pigsty. Um, I'm moving stuff around to try to find the piece of paper that's got it written down. Um, that's not it. That's not it.
The number I have that shows up
One
on
moment.
my
One
phone.
moment. One moment.
Okay. And I got that. And then where was your concerns? Is it with the ED or is it with our plaza? Is it clinics? Where's your concern so I can best direct that to the director of the department?
Well, this needs to go above the department. This needs to be dealt with in a legal fashion that does not result in me being harmed, me being sent around in circles when I was assaulted at the hospital. That's not okay. It's never okay to assault a patient, ever. And that happened on January 28th by Dr. Stephan L. Stephanides in your emergency room. There was also an incident last week where I was taken to your emergency room over back spasms, and I was treated horribly by the staff at the hospital. The only person there who treated me like a person was Erica.
The nurse?
Yes.
Be the nurse? Okay. And you said that was last week?
Yes, ma'am. I believe it was last week, yes.
Okay. And then, so those main two concerns are from the emergency department, correct? Nothing from the clinic or
There's
the clinic
also
staff?
an incident with the clinic where I was trying to turn in the abuse all the way in November of last year. I was trying to turn in crimes that were committed against me by law enforcement, and instead of the hospital actually listening to that, the officer who I was trying to turn in, Officer Lothman, showed up and harassed me and bullied me and degraded me for almost half an hour in full view of the hospital staff at the clinic. Now, Officer Lothman has also been running around town telling people that I killed somebody and telling people that I touch little girls and things of that nature. Now, I've got...
Well, that has nothing to do with us. So that has to do with the police department. We're just going to keep it within our system.
Ma'am, it happened in your hospital, or in your clinic. It happened in your clinic. I am an at-risk and disabled adult, and that is one of the places that I am sent when I am being abused, is to go to a hospital, because they're supposed to be mandated reporters.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Okay. Well, I will have, I'll talk to Gina about it when she gets in. She is our patient advocate, and see where to best direct this. It's probably going to be the director of, which is where it's going to start out. It's how it has to, with the director of the emergency department. And she will be in contact with you about the situations that you are bringing up.
Well, there's even more than that, because the mandated reporter law is also... Well, they also exist even if that person is not at work.
Okay.
Several of the hospital workers, including Nicole Vertner, wanted to pawn me off on known drug addicts instead of doing her job. This is impossible for me to jump through all these hoops. I am disabled. I am barely mobile. I can barely walk most days. On the days that I can, thank goodness I have a cane.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to Gina when she gets in about your concerns and what has gone on, and either Gina will be contacting you or Bethany Bunker.
All right.
Okay.
My safety needs to be a top concern because right now, and for the last year that I've been here, I have been unsafe. Many people have assaulted me. Many people have threatened my life, and the police pawning me off on the hospitals is not okay. Now, we cannot separate this between the police and the hospitals because the police are using the hospitals as an excuse to not do their jobs, and the hospital is using the police as an excuse to not do their jobs. This is taking advantage of an at-risk adult by both the hospital and law enforcement, and that does need to be remedied.
Okay, well, I will talk to Gina when she gets in, and somebody will be calling you about your concerns.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. You notice they're going to send me around in fucking circles. Everything that I told them is something that they're supposed to turn in immediately. Are they going to? No. And then turning them into themselves is completely fucking retarded. It's like going to Adolf Hitler and saying, "Hey, Hitler, why don't you be a little nicer to us Jews?" God damn. SAPD officer arrested after placing hidden camera and ex-girl. God damn, we cannot trust a single fucking cop in this goddamn country, can we? Oh, here's another one. Councilman arrested after allegedly smoking crack and passing out in his car. God damn. God bless America, right? We'll play this again.
What is wrong with you? I don't need help. You need to get away from you. You're insane. You're absolutely insane. Insane. Like you need to look insane.
Come on, fucking pause. Jesus goddamn Christ. It's hard to read that shit. On the first one I watched, it actually said this stuff. On this one, I have to fucking read it. It says, in this clip, the married state trooper is seen detaining his ex-girlfriend before committing her to a mental facility over purported text threatening suicide. Now, this is what the police do. They will intentionally antagonize the situation so they can commit felonies against their victims. It was obvious to every fucking cop that I had to deal with that I was attempting to get help stopping abuse, not attempting suicide. So why did the police commit these goddamn felonies? And why is the hospital taking part? Why is the dumb cunt on the phone pretending that they're separate issues? They're fucking not! The cops abuse the hospital to have their victims harmed. The hospital uses the police to have their victims harmed. This is nationwide. Anyway, I'm gonna panhandle for a few. I'm gonna try to come up with enough for some coffee. Yeah. We'll have to consider that a good day if I make enough for coffee. What do you consider a good day? Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. It's not that I didn't make the effort. It's that all of these pieces of shit are standing in the way. Matter of fact, I have to call back and explain that. Let's see, recent.
Thank you for calling Adventist Health Tillamook. Please know that your call may be recorded for quality control purposes. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Oh, right, like that'll work.
Party's extension, you may dial it at any time. You may press 0 or hold on the line, and our operator will be happy to assist you. City, we serve 71 miles of the North Oregon coast. If you need urgent care, we have 3 locations to serve you. Open for Adventist Health Tillamook. How can I direct your call?
Hello, this is Sean Schwartz again. The safety issues that I've dealt with in the last year have resulted in a lot of abuse, a lot of assaults, a lot of threats against my life, and a lot of people beating on my vehicle. Now, the police refuse to do their job by sending me to mental health. That includes you guys. Now, when it comes to the abuse against me and me trying to turn it in, I've been sent around on 11 months worth of circles. I've called the hospital on multiple occasions when somebody was supposed to call me back, and literally nobody ever has. Now, it's important that when somebody is being abused, they are able to turn it in right away without fear of being harmed and without fear of people sticking up for their friends instead of doing their jobs as mandated reporters. If one of your friends is a rapist and I go to the hospital to turn in that rapist because I'm an at-risk adult, it's not okay to victimize me for trying to turn in a rapist. It's not okay to victimize me for trying to turn in a cop who assaulted me. It's not okay to turn me away when I am harmed. A hospital is one of the places that we are sent to as at-risk and disabled adults when we're being harmed. And to be harmed at the hospital is entirely... Go ahead.
What is it? Which department are you needing to go to? Did you want to talk to somebody to complain about?
Well, here's the thing. I'd like to not get transferred around to departments for another full year because I've already been transferred from one department to the other since November of last year.
Okay, so what do you want me to do for you? Well, how can I help you?
Well, you can document that Sean David Schwartz called and told you that he's being abused.
Sean David, how do you spell your last name?
Schwartz.
And what's your date of birth, Sean?
October 18th of 1980.
And 1880. And do you have a provider with us?
I don't know how any of that stuff works. What I do know is that I've run around to every place that I've been sent to.
No, I mean, do you have a doctor? Do you see a doctor with us?
I do not. After the very first visit there, it was pretty obvious that it was not a smart idea to do anything at that hospital. As far as trying to go to another clinic here in town, there isn't one. And as far as going to Portland to do that, I can't possibly do that. All of my money has been spent running around all the places here in town. I have to live on a fixed income of $800 a month.
Information? Oh, where would I document this information?
Well, that is something that you're supposed to know.
Well, it would normally go in your chart, your provider chart with your provider.
you said you don't have a provider with us.
That doesn't make it okay. Whether or not I have a provider with you or not is arbitrary. If a child comes into your hospital and doesn't have a provider and says that they were abused, you still have to turn it in. Fuck it. Fucking horse shit. So I guess what we're gonna do now is go fly a sign and get some goddamn breakfast. See, here's the thing. It shouldn't be coming down to homeless people to do this. These mandated reporters are supposed to do their jobs, and they don't. They play stupid. Oh, I don't know who to send it to. See, the way it's supposed to work is you turn in the crime, and they investigate it immediately. That lady didn't have any goddamn concerns for me. Did not give a fuck about the abuse that I endured. And that was pretty obvious in her voice. Which department do you send it to? Well, you should fucking know that. Oh, we gotta talk to the department. These are not multiple isolated incidences. This is standard fucking procedure at this goddamn hospital and every other hospital in America. When it comes to homeless people, you don't give a fuck. When these people work together, that means multiple agencies work together to commit felonies. Multiple agencies. The hospital committed felonies on all 3 occasions that I showed up there. My safety was never a concern. My health was never a concern. Bullying a victim is their concern. I got 71% battery on this. I got a piece of cardboard in my back pocket. I'm gonna go panhandle me up a coffee. We'll see if these SOBs actually call me back. Probably not. They haven't yet. Fuck the police. Fuck the goddamn police. Now, thank goodness for y'all dumb motherfuckers. I actually give a shit about our rights as human beings, whereas you just simply don't give a fuck about anybody but yourselves. So while I'm fighting for our rights, you're doing everything you can to prevent us from having rights. Because you don't care unless it happens to you. And then when it happens to you, oh, everybody better give a shit. How many of y'all fat girls are pissed off that when you got fucked over, people didn't want to listen to you, they wanted to listen to the pretty girls? Huh. Yeah, being a guy ain't any different. Being a guy is like being a fat, ugly woman covered in fucking sores and warts and all sorts of unhandiness. Oh. Oh. Thank you. You know what? This is more than enough for coffee, and there's going to be at least $1 left over for gas. You rock. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Oh. I'm not complaining here. That was another one of them brown folks looking out for me. Oh. Go ahead.
The double smoked steak.
Egyptian rice. Yes, ma'am. I had to let that lady go ahead of me. I have no kids. I have no job. I'm lazy and I live here. All right, I didn't have to. And good morning.
$2.85.
Take my money. Thank you, Miss Mary. I'll bring by some jokes in an hour or two when everyone's conscious. Ma'am.
I forget how you bring it up again.
Isn't it under pastries? Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. The velociraptor. Well, thanks for having me back. Good morning, people. Thank you for existing. Tired, but I figured, well, there's people over here who are nice to me, so I better go say hello. Yes, ma'am. Well, on the bright side, nobody's gonna mug you for your cans. I said on the bright side, nobody's gonna mug you for your cans.
Yeah, I got hurry to do this and go back and pick up all my kids from school because I guess yesterday someone didn't, one teacher didn't tell me my oldest had diarrhea. He just had a blowout, and they said it was going down his legs. I'm like, oh my god.
Responsibilities.
Well, I've been told by plenty of people there's a stomach bug going around, and I'm wondering if he caught it. So, yeah.
It's nice when the school gives you a memo too.
They probably forgot about it.
Yeah, they started forgetting that stuff in 2019 in Nebraska.
This school called me. I was like already close by to safe. I'm like, I am right next to safe. I was going to turn my bottles. She's like, how long is it going to take? Depends. I haven't seen the line yet. As soon as I came out around the corner, I'm like, oh, okay, there's no waiting. She goes, okay, go deal with that, and I'll let them know. Then they'll let them know I'll be back in a minute after I deal with this. I mean, if they let me know ahead of time, I would have kept them. Now I know I gotta start, tomorrow I'm gonna have to wash their clothes after this now. My plan was, to go in town, the laundromat here, and just do some laundry.
It's nice there's people who can actually fix the machine on site. If they had to call a repairman in every time it went down, they'd have to call a repairman in every day.
I don't know, that's why they're wanting to get to the newer way out for Myers. Some people are not going to want to do that. Just give those cans away to people. You guys spend $2 to get a box of bags.
I always had issues with trying to get that to work down there, so I just started coming here. It is a pain to do it that way.
I don't know, imagine what the people during litter patrol when they keep the cans and bottles. They got to have those kind of bags. I got to stock some cans in here. You want to keep the cans? Take this bag with you. All right. Well, I guess with what they're doing at Fred Meyer, they only bring like a black bag like this. They still hand count it.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me get more than, I want to say like $2 something cents unless I bought the green bags.
Yeah.
And then they only give you like 10 bags.
Someone told me in California they just weigh it and give you all this money. Oh, I'm going to California next time. Stock up all these bags, get a truck, and go all the way down to California, get it weighed, and get all that money. Yeah, because if you get it weighed, it's more than 10 cents a can in there.
Well, it's way less than 10 cents a can in Nebraska. They still pay it by the pound there, but it's not California or Oregon value.
Well, I mean, if you get the glass bottles and whatnot in them, the weight will add.
I'll be back. I gotta go fly this time. Be safe.
Yeah.
If I wasn't such a loser, then I wouldn't be a loser. But I just wasted my breath. Now I'm still singing and saying. Chihuahua. I saw this chihuahua. I couldn't help it. Thank you. Thank you very much. It will get wasted on gas.
Yeah.
It is. Oh. Unchained Melody. Righteous Brothers. My darling. That is not even good. Welcome to this waffle. You saw one of my favoriteest peoples from over at Fred Meyer, Mr. Caleb. He's pretty cool. Between him and Jared Scudder, they made the experience there not as completely goddamn shitty as it could have been. Also, I saw Jason Scudder last night. Put a smile on my face. Not trying to insinuate that I like the guy, I really do. None of the Scudders have bad intentions. Figured I had to mention that. Now, I've known the Scudder family almost since I got here. And I can say that Jason Scudder has tried to help me, has actually succeeded. Kara Scudder, same thing. She tried. She did spend the time, and that's for certain. Caleb was there for several situations with Molly, in a situation with Molly where I was the one who ended up getting harmed over it, but Caleb was still a witness to multiple situations over that, and the fact that I'm the one who got treated like a bad guy. Woohoo! Small victory. Well, I got $11 I could spend on gas. I'm probably gonna spend $1 or something of it to get probably a corn dog that's cheap. Good morning. Well, looks like we got some crooks here. Police pulled into the parking lot. They're not in one of their big rides though, they're in one of the little ones. Squad car instead of an SUV. Obviously, I'm not going to shut up about the cops. I think that's a fair deal. You victimize innocent people? Yeah, innocent people should not be expected to shut their mouths and just take it. The cops here are bad. They're real bad. They're as nasty as police are all across the nation. One side or the other. Well, it looks like they're taking their dear sweet time and making the rounds. I haven't gone out to go inside and talk to anybody. Oh, it's Neubauer. He's one of my predators. Well, on the bright side, whoever he's going to talk to, it's not me. I'm going to go inside and get myself a corn dog. Or a cigarette. When I said every police officer in this town is taking part in this, I do mean it. Every one of them playing stupid. None of them want to do their job for a homeless person. Of course, that makes them so the homeless person is magically not a person, huh? The way y'all don't think. One of the common tactics of police is they'll go to somewhere where you haven't done anything wrong, but you have tried to turn in the cops. So they run around to all the places that you've been and they slander you or make insinuations. I don't just make insinuations. I recorded the people. And I have to. They're dishonest. They'll tell you one thing and tell somebody else something else. Well, that's gaslighting. Oh, nice. Part of the tobacco. Oh, a penny. $1962 Denver. Cool. I'm being patient. I noticed there's no corn dogs yet, so I can go ahead and.
Corn dogs probably won't be for a couple more hours. Yeah, she's just barely getting the hot case going.
That's right. I have all the time in the world. If I got to come
I will
back
come
later, I
back
can
probably
do that.
about 11, to be honest.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you. Yep.
Sean, how are you?
Oh my God. You know what? As soon as I see you drive by this morning, I got a big old smile. It's always good to see you. It's just I can't go to Fred Meyer's today.
I know you, and I just want to say hi. So.
Thank you.
Glad
You're
to see
welcome.
you around, Sean.
I'm not bragging or nothing, but I know that guy. We won't have any corn dogs for at least another hour, so I'm see what they have at the breakfast menu. I can get a petted vanilla bean scone.
They have good stuff in them.
Yeah, but if I wait for like a couple hours, they're gonna slice up one of the vanilla bean scones anyway.
Even sometimes.
Well, it's good to see she's got a bodyguard now.
How are you? It's outside. It's good. Shy. Hi.
Seeing her stress, what they're doing, can't see make her what's up.
No, you agree too. We went to go walk up to the park.
I'm lazy and I don't have a job. So y'all can go ahead of me.
That's okay. We're just picking for people today. We're at the store. I was trying to wait for you when you walked off.
Breathing. Woke up not dead this morning. What's this thing they have on the breakfast? Keep this thing on the breakfast.
Whatever. I love you, baby.
Ham and Swiss croissant is $4.65.
I'll take the vanilla bean stone.
I don't know the prices off the top of my head.
Sausage
I
cheddar.
make sure I don't write it on the top of my head because that's the best place to try to find it from. There you go. I'm rich. I need to take my money. Dollar. Bitty. Yep, they certainly are. And they taste like vanilla. Well, as an artist, that's not the first time I made a line. Thanks, sir. Still breathing. Thanks for that.
Where did the stuff go that's not here? This one was upstairs.
Is this still working? Certainly is. Well, looks like Officer Neubauer is still in the parking lot. So he's probably waiting on somebody. Small chance that it's somebody who's an actual horrible criminal. And of course, rather large chance that it's some hobo. Possibly somebody who spoke up about them. I'm not the only one who speaks up about the police. I'm just the loudest. Oh, holy hell. I'm in pain and I'm cold. But I got a vehicle. At least that'll take the breeze away. Lack of breeze ought to make it just a little bit easier warm up. Well, there's Neubauer. Just went around the corner. Poor guy. Oh. Oh my God, my fucking back is killing me. Natalie Bollinger is dead because cops didn't want to do their fucking jobs. Not that it matters. The cops kill a lot of people every year who are homeless, and you say that they deserve it because they're homeless. You say they chose it. Meanwhile, you don't want to end up homeless. You're willing to suck the cock of somebody you don't even like just so you have a roof over your head and don't end up homeless. God damn, it's a tough world to live in, isn't it? Cops don't work for you. They work for money, same as you do. Their lack of morality comes from the same place that yours does. A sense of selfishness and entitlement. You believe that you are entitled to more rights than everyone else. That the rules should be somehow different for you than they are for everyone else. That you should get leeway on everything that you do and say, but no one else should. You should be allowed to harm people, but they shouldn't be allowed to record it or post it up on YouTube or Facebook. You guys got a lot of really weird ideas that show that you have absolutely no interest in decency or equality. You get to hear how Nicole Vertner, despite being nice, is obviously not good. Good people don't do shit like that.